Well, we've got some new Nintendo Switch 2 information, and it's bad. Real bad. I don't know what Nintendo is thinking. I don't know what they're doing, but history is repeating itself once again. Now, there seems to be this pattern here that when somebody is on the top in the video game world, they usually screw up their next release. This is why people are comparing. Well, there's a bunch of reasons why they're comparing the Switch 2 to the Xbox One. This is a really funny meme that D-Day Cobra Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers dropped. And there's a reason that he shared this, and it's because of this interview that Doug Bowser gave the CBC on the Nintendo Switch. And it's literally like, oh, you poors can't afford a Switch 2, huh? Well, we have a platform for you. It's the Switch 1, which reminds everybody of this. So when the Xbox One launched, they were pushing this online-only kind of atmosphere for the thing and saying, well, if you don't have online, we have a platform for you. It's the Xbox 360.
Yeah, and I think people are going to love it, and then they're going to understand what we're trying to create and how it links games and entertainment, the functionality of the box, some of the advantages that you get of having a box that is designed to use an online state. So that, to me, is a future-proof choice, and I think people could have arguably gone the other way if we didn't do it, and fortunately we have a product for people who aren't able to get some form of connectivity. It's called Xbox 360.
Right. So stick with 360, that's your message if you don't, like it?
If you have zero access to the internet, that is an offline device. I mean, seriously, when I read the blogs and thought about who's really the most impacted, there was a person who said, hey, I'm on a nuclear sub, and I don't even know what it means to be on a nuclear sub, but I've got to imagine that it's not easy to get an internet.
So this is what the statement I'm about to read to you is reminding people of. So here's what he said in a recent interview. Bowser, literally, Doug Bowser, the last name of this guy is the name of Mario's villain. As we look at Nintendo Switch 2, and you think about the feature sets that I talked about, we believe that the pricing is appropriate for the value of the machine and the gameplay experience overall. We recognize there are some people that may not be able to afford the Switch 2's price point. That's why we wanted to make the other Switch platforms available, so people still have an opportunity to come into our gaming universe, be a part of these characters in these worlds, and see value, if you will, in whatever rung of the platform they come in. So if you're poor and you can't afford a Switch 2, which is probably going up in price, by the way, because of the tariffs, you could probably see a $700, $600 Switch 2. That is now a possibility because they're not lowering that price. They're basically saying here, if you're poor, we have a system for you. It's called Switch 1. This is terrible. Terrible. But what are they going to do? Because it's not Nintendo of America, I don't think, that's pushing all of this. It's coming from Japan. Japan is saying, we don't want to lose any money on the system. We don't give a damn what the price is. Well, they probably should, because I don't think this backlash is going down. However, pre-orders around the world sold out. But the world is in a different situation than America is right now. We'll see. I am curious to how this launch is going to go. Because I do think Nintendo fans are going to buy it, but you need more than just die-hard Nintendo fans to keep your platform going. We saw, with the Wii U, that was the die-hard Nintendo fans coming out to buy that, but nobody else did. So that might be too high of a price. We'll see. Like I said, you never know. But the Wii U sold out too when it came out. It's hard to find for about 2 weeks. And then you could find it rotting on shelves everywhere. It didn't do well. And this doesn't get any better, by the way. They're out there trying to justify this tutorial game, which should 100% be free. I don't give a damn how low it is. They're like saying, oh, for $10 a price, we think the value is there. I don't care how many games are in it. Listen, Astrobot Playroom is also a robust experience for the PlayStation 5, and that bitch is free. Okay? If you know what I'm talking about, if you got a PlayStation 5, you get a free game with it. It's called Astro's Playroom, and it's actually really good. If you played Astrobot, which is also a great game, I have that. I love that game. Great platform. It's just basically PlayStation's Mario. That game is fantastic. A great platformer. It's made by the same team that made that game. It's fun. PlayStation's Astro's Playroom is what it's called. That's a tech demo, basically, and it's free. It's free. But they're trying to get in here and say, well, we have a robust experience here. There's lots of mini games and other interactions, and players will get to know the system inside and out. That's a tech demo, sir. It should be free. But they're out here trying to justify this, and no one's buying this shit. This should be a free game. Absolutely. But it's just one of many bad things that they've been putting out there for this console. They have lost control of this conversation completely. They have completely lost control. The backlash is real. I guarantee you every treehouse that they do showing off stuff for this system is going to get flooded with drop the price like it has been for the past week. They're not going to be able to keep the conversation where they want it. When they had, I guess there was a bunch of influencers in New York for stuff, and they were told, do not talk about the price. Don't ask questions about the price. We're not answering them. Or if they did, they were like, we'll refer you to the internet or website or whatever. This is crazy to me. They're out here now trying to justify this price. $9.99 is not an exorbitant price. Yeah, it's not, but it doesn't matter. It's the point. This should be free. It's a fucking tech demo. It's supposed to teach you about the system. So it should be free. I don't know what they're doing, man. This whole launch feels a hell of a lot like the Xbox One launch. It really does. And as you know, the Xbox One is pretty much what lost Microsoft the console war. It really did. PlayStation 4 and 5 really just kind of ran away. It was the worst generation for Microsoft to lose. I believe even Phil Spencer said that. It really was. And that was the kind of, I mean, Xbox isn't dead, but their consoles, they're probably going to, I just don't see them keeping those around. They're going to go cloud gaming and, Xbox Live as a service. But I think it'd be a different picture if they had Xbox One versus PS4. I think we'd be having different conversations about Xbox. I really do. So we'll see what happens with Nintendo Switch 2. I am really anxious to see pre-orders are going to sell out. You already see scalpers pretty common. Like I've seen pictures of scalpers putting Switch 2s out there saying they're going to be like $850, That's going to be a thing. No one's going to pay that. I don't think anyone's going to throw them that money. So we'll see. Anyway, another bad look for Nintendo. Anyway, let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. Also, if you would, please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed. Hit that notification bell, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.